Hi, and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. My name is Leanne. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what I hold from Beauty Bay. I have been waiting to place an order because I knew I wanted one thing and then another thing came out. We'll talk about it. So let's see what we got from ye olde Beauty Bay. If you haven't ordered from Beauty Bay in a long time, they used to ship to the States in the flimsiest packaging you have ever seen, and everything, it looked like it had been run over by several trucks on the way. But they have since had new packaging, and it works really well now. And so I highly recommend that if you haven't ordered from them recently and there's some things that you want to try, give it another shot, because it's not as bad as it used to be, which is high praise indeed. So let me take everything out of this package. Okay, let's talk about the thing that I knew I wanted as soon as I saw it, and then all the other things followed. They were in my cart waiting. So the new thing that came out is the Metamorphic palette. I love Beauty Bay palettes. I have, you can actually see them right there. I have quite a number of them. I think the formula is amazing. I think they rival high-end shadows. Some folks don't get along with the formula. I do. 100% do. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And so I am a huge fan. I have many of their palettes that are standard in their 42, 16, 9 pan collections. I've started in this past year to not buy all three if I know I only want certain ones. And so you'll see today I didn't buy all three of a new collection, but this one came out, it's singular. It's a little bit different. It opens differently. So this is the 16 color palette. It opens like this. There are 2 mirrors on either side. And this is very different for them. Typically you have equal number mattes, shimmers, or more mattes than shimmers. This is way more shimmer heavy than they normally do. So I was intrigued. First of all, the color story is everything. I am a cool tone girl. I love cool tone shades, but I also really like super sparkly shades, if you can't tell. I also like duochromes, and I love topper shades. Some people don't. I love them. So I knew that I was going to place an order as soon as I saw this drop. So let's swatch her out. We're gonna swatch it out. I have seen Make Me Up Missa swatch this palette on her channel. She is a Scottish makeup enthusiast. I like her a lot. I'll get really close once I'm done. And she swatches very differently than I do. So if you want to see her swatches, please do. She also used it in a makeup look. Her looks are incredible. They are editorial. They are stunning. She is so talented at building makeup looks, but they are very different than how I do my looks. What I'm currently wearing is not typical of what I would do for a makeup look. This is a loud makeup look for me, but it is, I love this. I wanted to be swampy and fun today. This is the Croc palette from Clarity Cosmetics, and I am so excited. Oh, I went too hard in that one. You got to be really careful. These are soft, y'all. Some of these are very, very soft. The shimmer shades are really, really soft, which, I mean, they feel super creamy, which is great. Look how much is still left on my finger. I put my shimmer shades on with my finger anyway. I have always done that. I like how they turn out with a finger, and so I rarely ever use a brush. Whew. good golly. So I'm counting 4 mats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mats. And 11, I'm going to say shimmer, but you know, 11 of these foiled shimmery. Oh, I got one more down here at the bottom. Okay. All right. So we've got, I mean, you can't beat it. I'm really pleased. So a lavender matte, a brown, like a more of a slate, so a little bit more blue gray, and then a gray for your mattes. I think these are perfect for the shades that are in here. I think this is a well curated color story, even though it is mostly overwhelmingly shimmery. You can't tell me that's not beautiful. See what I mean? Like I went a little bit hard in these two. So just be careful. You don't need much pressure at all to pick those up. That's the Metamorphic palette from Beauty Bay. I think that is stunning. I cannot wait. Is it the right time of year for this release? Yes and no. I think this is a very wintry color story. So I think that this will bode well for December, January, February. You know, I think it's a very wintry palette for me. It also could be spring too. I mean, like it's really pretty. I also don't mind using whatever colors I want to wear on my eyes whenever I want to wear them. But so that was the catalyst for the order. And then this is all that ended up in my cart as a result. So one of the things that I was eyeballing is the primer that they came out with. This is the Glow filter. This is kind of their version of the glowy primer. Wear alone or as a dewy base. I got it in BB 101. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. I think mine's broken. I think there's a applicator in there somewhere.
Maybe not. Maybe it's a snub. I highly doubt it. Something's up. Or did I get it wrong?
I got it wrong. Oh my God. There's not an applicator in there. It's a pump. Ignore everything I've said. Okay. Please excuse me. I'm so sorry. BB 101. It's peachy, just like the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I don't know why they think we want peach, us light girls, but it's pretty. It's just shimmery. There's no glitter in it. I'm going to happily use that now that I know how to get into it. It is very much Halo Glow from e.l.f. vibes. Very much that. So, okay. I also wanted to try itchy face, which means it's going to be a good day. Their powder bronzer. I have it in Donut. It's actually what I'm wearing today for bronzer because I pulled it out and used it. It's a little thin puck. I love how thin it is. Plastic packaging, which I'm totally happy with. Beauty Bay doesn't do like crazy packaging, which I'm fine with. They keep their prices reasonable and I'm happy with the packaging. This is Donut. And I also picked up one of their blushes. They have several shades of the bronzers and the blushes, and I just restrained myself and just got one blush in the shade Blossom. And I thought this would be really pretty. It is a shimmery blush. Okay, so you want me to swatch them? Let's swatch them. It's super shimmery. Yeah, it's got that gold flash. So this was a NARS Orgasm dupe. Here's Donut. Not too warm, not too cold. Nice. I like those. Okay. Then Trigwell had a limited edition puff set that came out. I use Trigwell puff every day for setting under my eyes and setting my face. And this was in just a limited edition color, and I liked it, so I bought it. This is a baby one, this is a normal one. My black ones I use all the time. They wash up really well and I love them, so we'll be using those for pumpkin season. I don't know that that was the intention, but I don't care. I'm going to use that. And then last but not least is another palette that came at, no, not last, I'm kidding, I also got this. I've never owned this, so I got it. I think it was on sale. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. This is just a cult classic. And I've never tried it, so I got it to try. Apparently that jug will last you forever. Now, this is one of their permanent collection palettes that they released a couple of months ago. And this is the Rich palettes. There's a 42 pan, there's a 9 pan, and I bought the 16 pan. I decided that I didn't need the whole shebang. Even though I kind of wanted the whole shebang because I'm a collector at heart, I don't need the whole shebang. These colors are pretty and I really wanted to try it, but they're not my color story for like some of their other releases have been. So some of their, what is it, the nude? Is it the nude? No, it's the neutral. The neutral palette, I believe, is the release before Rich. It is cool tone and neutral, but it has some cool tones in it, which I love. That's probably the Beauty Bay palette that I would recommend for the color story. If you like browns and cool tone browns and yes, but this one is called the Rich palette. There are some shades in this one I know that I'm gonna love. So when you get a 9 pan, they're all matte. When you get a 42 pan, it's about half and half. The 16 pan can vary, but you do get shimmers and you get mattes in the 16 pan. This is what I have discovered about the patterns of the Beauty Bay palettes. So I knew that I wanted both shimmer and matte because I really like some of these really shiny shades, and I know for sure that I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. This is not it has deep and dark shades, but I don't need very many of those. I'm very fair and I don't wear super dark shades except to line my eyes with. So I knew that I'd get a lot of use out of this palette. So let's swatch her up for you. It looks like we got 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes. And so 9 shimmers. Not bad. We're going to swatch it on the other hand so you can see. That patchiness is on my knuckle. That's what that is. I really love the choice of whether you want a big old giant palette or if you want a smaller palette for your what you'll use. I like having that choice. If they only released the 42 pans, I probably, if that was their only release, I probably wouldn't have bought the Rich at all because I won't get enough use out of a big old giant palette with these types of shades, these burgundies and darker shades. I'm just not, sorry, I'm shaking because I'm trying to dry my hand. I'm just not going to use them that much. I like mauves. I like burgundies of a sort, but not every day. I don't do these colors frequently. I don't love gold. Okay, so, and I would rather silver than gold if I'm going to go that way, but usually I like a rose gold or more of a pinky shade than straight up gold, which makes it difficult to buy Pat McGrath palettes because Mother Pat loves some gold. Almost every palette has a gold. You're going to get a gold. So it makes it, it makes it hard here, the deeper shades, to spend money on a gold in a pat palette. But if I'm going to use a gold, it's going to be a pat gold because they're beautiful. There is the Rich palette, the 16 Rich from Beauty Bay. It's so pretty. I mean, it's going to be, this one's going to get use. It really is. I'm always pleased with Beauty Bay quality. I'm always pleased with their color stories. I think they do a great job. And you got to wait a little while, you know, for shipping. They have an app. If you place an order on the app for the first time, I think you get 20% off with app 20. I think if that's still a thing. I hop on the app about once a week and see what they have new. I follow them on Instagram. They do a decent job of like letting you know something's coming out, but they don't sell out. Like they usually have a good amount of stock, and they come back in stock if they do sell it. So these Beauty Bay palettes are permanent, and like they used to, like the Book of Magic, and those were limited edition when they first came out a few years ago. They're very difficult to find. You can find them on Mercari. People sell them for a lot of money. I think you don't need them. You can get the same shadows if you buy the, what's Midnight? Yeah, Midnight is the purple palette. You don't need the Book of Magic. If you get Midnight, you've got it, like especially the 42. So I think that you can see where they shine as their shimmers. Their mattes are steady. They do just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not the best mattes that I've ever tried, but they are high up there. So I think you'll be good. The 9 pans are all mattes. I love the 9 pan neutral palette. It's the best one in my collection for a matte palette. So they're good. All right, I'm done yammering about my Beauty Bay haul. I just appreciate y'all hanging out, looking at swatches, and geeking out over some eyeshadow palettes. Let me know what you think about these 2 color stories. Are you interested in them? Are you looking at them? What you think? What you think? Let me know down below. Hit like if you like this video. I do appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Let's be friends on the internet. You'll have a fantastic day wherever, whenever you are, and I'll see you soon.